you spoke about his followers not moving. I mean, David knows a lot about followers, so I won't argue with him on that. So you spoke about his followers not. Why should I follow Lookman? Because he's Nigerian.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of The Heat brought to you by Pulse Sports. My name is David Ben, a senior lifestyle reporter, and I am back with the gang in the house. I'm going to start from my brother opposite me. Ifeanyi, welcome back to the show, bro. What's good, man?
I'm good. I feel amazing to be here. I actually haven't seen you in a while. I haven't seen Tosin in a while. So it's nice to be back with the gang again. How you guys doing?
We had a small break, but we're back. Tosin,
Tosin looking as
what's going on?
Nice as ever.
I'm good. Hi guys. My name is Tosin, and I'm back.
Tell us why you were unavailable the last time. Tell the
actually, because the fans want to know what happened.
I was actually sick, that's why, but I'm better now, guys.
You look better, okay.
Thank you. And Kim, I miss you so much. I feel so lonely here.
Yeah, Kim can't join us on this episode. But
Kim, we miss her. We miss her energy.
Yes, your energy, your beautiful smile.
We have a guest in the house, a very special guest in the house. He's an MPFL legend. I didn't say an MPFL icon. I said an MPFL legend, a journalist with many awards, a man of substance. I call him the Mazi of Pulse Sports, the one and only Izu. Welcome to the podcast, bro.
Welcome to the Heat, bro.
Welcome to the Heat.
So you decided to put a hit on me.
Yeah. We decided to do. How you doing, man?
Thank you for having me. It's an honor. I've watched this on IG a couple of times, YouTube, and I feel honored to be here in the midst of legends.
The only legend here.
So thank you for having me. So I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. Okay. We wanted to get you on this show, guys. If you don't know, this guy literally he knows the inner workings of what's happening in Nigerian football scene. So that's why we want.
He's even repping with the Nigerian football
jersey. He's actually even wearing the Nigerian away jersey. Authentic, by the way. It's not those IG vendors, please. Authentic one that he's wearing.
Okay.
Nice. So there's a lot to talk about on this week's episode, and I am going to kick off the show real quick with the biggest topic, our talking point this week. As we all know here, one of our very own Super Eagles stars has been nominated for the prestigious Ballon d'Or Awards. His name is Ademola Lookman, and he plays for the Serie A club Atalanta BC. He's been impressing, he's been making headlines here and there, and this week we would, obviously, first of all, we want to give a special shout out to Lookman for what he's doing so far. Like, he actually won, for those who don't know, he was actually the number one in our annual Pulse 30 list.
Yeah.
When we recognize 30 of the best Nigerian players of the season. He won. He was selected as number one, and
well deserved too.
Well deserved. And for those who don't know about Pulse Sports 30, you need to check it out. Go to the pulsesports.ng website. We have an annual list where we actually celebrate 30 of the best performing players
Nigerians
from around the world. Basically Nigerian male footballers anyway.
Yeah.
So and this brings me to the topic of conversation that I wanted to stress on today, because obviously there's this tweet that emerged from one of the most popular influencers on X, Daniel Rega. We all know Daniel Rega, the controversial Daniel Rega. So he tweeted something about Lookman, and it got a lot of reactions. Like it blew up. The tweet blew up, and this is what he had to say. He said, "Dear NG influencers, Nigerian influencers, why is Ademola Lookman not getting the same PR, hype, and relentless support like Victor Osimhen had when he was a Ballon d'Or nominee?" That was what he said. And it now made me drop this question to you from a broader perspective. Do Nigeria's best performing athletes get pushed enough equally, or is it only when the going gets good? What do you guys think?
That's interesting. I think we should start with our
the MPFL legend in the house.
MPFL legend. Okay. I don't think I'll call it PR. First, let me say something about Lookman. It's well deserved. I think we could have had another Nigerian there in Victor Boniface, but for that injury that really messed him up. But Lookman actually deserved his place. He deserves it, and of course he also is a front runner for the African Footballer of the Year.
Yeah.
So talking about the PR and all the whole talks about publicity and all that, I don't think I would call it PR in that sense, because if there's something I know, it's the fact that a lot of Nigerian media people push Nigerian players. As long as you're performing really well, they push, they write, they talk about you. If you every weekend or every Monday, or let's say weekends, you see people writing, this person scored, that person scored.
Right.
So on average, every Nigerian gets mentioned, right? As long as you're doing well, right? Yeah. At times, even the ones that have decided, the other day Mikel said Nigeria is not a second choice. So even those who consider Nigeria a second choice, Nigerian journalists still push these guys. So I feel everyone gets, if you're doing well, you get it. Except if you're not doing well. And if you can tell, Lookman has been in the news for a while, right from last season. So from that perspective, I think they all get, but if you move to influencers, well, that is where street credibility comes in.
What do you mean by street credibility?
Okay, let's see. If you are using Osimhen and Lookman, for instance, man, Osimhen is a street guy. The way Osimhen relates, I may have to say some things here also.
Please, by all means, you're on the heat.
So now, Osimhen tends to relate with a lot of people, not just influencers. So if you he mixes up so very well, he can also grant you interview easily. I mean, you can say it like Osimhen people, like take for instance Victor Boniface. Assuming Victor Boniface is listed or named or nominated as Ballon d'Or, this thing, what do you think will happen?
You tell me.
Everywhere we're erupt. Why? Because he plays so much with almost everybody. The same thing with Victor Osimhen. Osimhen has relationship with a lot of people.
Is that street credibility?
For me, that is. Lookman is a bit on the quiet side. He doesn't really mix. Even when he comes for Super Eagles, he doesn't really mix.
When you say he doesn't really mix, like, when you say mix in what way? Do you mean mix like he doesn't mix, that he doesn't push money, press money to these people, or he doesn't mix like, he doesn't take them out to the club to, let's go and flex like a groupie, or what exactly do you mean?
I can't sit down here and say mix money. I don't know who is mixing money, right? Because I also know one or two footballers who they don't press money for me, for instance, right? And they're my friends. Yeah, you understand? So I don't know who is pressing money or who is not pressing money. Okay. Well, what I do know is that these guys mix very well. For instance, Osimhen will come play matches with these guys, 5-a-side, whatever.
With the influencers, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So is he mixing? Is he pressing money? I have no idea. But you will see him, mix up with these guys, and of course, you can tell how close they are. Right, it can't be the same thing when you compare to Lookman.
I feel like you have something to say.
So this is what I think, right? I'm going to take a very unique angle here.
Okay,
I think there's this thing with Nigerians, perhaps not all, where we tend to relate better with people that we perceive have struggled like we have.
Yes, very true.
So I haven't fact checked this, but I'm sure Lookman was born in the UK.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. And whether or not we're not suggesting that if you're born in the UK you are suddenly born into privilege. Yeah. But you would assume that he's one step or two steps ahead of the Nigerian footballers who were people who were born here and had to play their football on the streets and had to probably sell gala or sell pure water or something. There's this thing, and it even extends to our entertainment industry. There's this. It happens with Davido a lot, where people people struggle to relate with Davido because, you're from.
That did you.
People relate more with Olamide, for instance, because they feel like this guy has. So I think someone like Boniface, Osimhen, like you said, he comes back. They play 5-a-side games with these people. You saw the school he went to, the high school. He
went back there,
sold whatever under the bridge, whatever the story is, and it's hard to relate to Lookman, despite the fact that Lookman is a Nigerian.
Yeah.
It's like Lookman's orientation is he was born and brought up in the UK. Yeah. His orientation is not Nigerian. So I know that you say he's a quiet person, but it's all you have to understand that his only link, other than of course his parents is when he comes here to play. Yeah. Right? I don't remember Lookman ever coming back in any random December to come and ball. Right?
Yeah.
You know when you see videos of Chukwueze and Didi, have you ever seen Lookman in the club? Because his only link to Nigeria is Super Eagles.
Yeah.
But Osimhen's link to Nigeria is that he was born and brought up here. He lived the struggle that we're all living. So I think in that respect, it's harder to like relate to Lookman, right? And secondly, you cannot rule out the fact that Osimhen is partying and balling with these people. It's just human nature. If I'm taking David to the club, we're popping bottles, where David is likelier to put in a good word for me than somebody who he's never hung out with.
Did you just?
But I think the context of that tweet at first, Daniel Rega was definitely throwing shades at Twitter influencers. Yeah. Because when Victor Osimhen started, I actually followed this story. It wasn't as popular as the way it is now. And even these influencers, they started promoting him. Yeah. I remember when, what's this guy's name? I don't want to say something that might be offensive. What's his name? Terry Abi? No.
Larry,
thank you. Yeah. I think he started it because it was from his page. I started seeing, before he even started hanging out with Victor Osimhen, pushing this player. People were like, you are doing eye service. Yeah. You are trying to get Victor Osimhen to notice you, but he did not listen. So I think when people started saying that, oh, Victor Osimhen, when he came for holiday, he took this person out. Before you know, all the influencers, they started hyping Victor Osimhen. Some of them, maybe eye service, I don't know, but most of them, they tend to, even if he scores, if he assists, you see them talking about him. And when it comes to Ademola Lookman is more quiet. Even when he plays his game, you just see him, you just score and go and chill. You understand? But I don't think you should wait for somebody to relate with you for you to praise him, except maybe you're doing high service. Which do you understand? Because I know Ademola Lookman is getting praise, but he's not as Boniface and I still think Ademola Lookman too. It's not difficult. Sometimes these people, these influencers, if they tweet about you, it doesn't take anything to just say, my G, thank you. Them. Yes, I think those things people can relate more.
Street credibility.
Then you get to get people. You must not take them to the club or. That one is another.
So let me ask, how do you, as Ademola Lookman, someone who is out of touch with Nigeria, how do you build your street credibility?
It's easy. That's what I'm saying. Somebody, maybe a popular influencer, you see that, this guy has made like 5 tweets or 10 tweets about me in a week. It doesn't take anything. You can just go under the comment section and say, my G, thank you. Or you just call him in a friendly way. And the person will feel really happy that, so this person I'm trying to tweet about actually, because some of them are doing for eye service, like I said.
Obviously,
so this guy acknowledges me. It will see everybody here. There's nobody that if you do something for somebody, because it's your page. Sometimes they are getting paid to tweet for somebody or even praise someone. So it doesn't take anything. If you do something for me and I tell you thank you, David, for the other day, you would want to do it again. Even do more. So I think it doesn't take anything. Ademola Lookman should just still try and engage a little bit more. Not everybody likes to be out there like Boniface, like catching cruise.
True.
And we're enjoying him. But if he relates more, and I think money still boosts people's morale. I don't know if they're giving them money, but
cool. So we're still back to the whole talk of street credibility. Which he said.
But I don't understand this
from day one, and that's why I wanted you to come out straight. You come out.
Because
even before the Napoli game, there was nothing like street credibility with Victor Osimhen.
No, see, the thing is, for some of these players, it's not like I said, every single Nigerian, if you're doing well, whether you're born, you get talked about, right? The influencers are just new part of the Gen Zs, even though some of them are not really. I mean, social media is new and stuff like that. So for some of these players, like I said, they are not so popular between the streets. When I say street, I'm talking about X streets, social media streets, and so on and so forth. And like we've already mentioned, these guys also come back and go into the main streets. Victor Osimhen, for instance, will not come back and just stay in his house. You understand? He relates. Now look at let's look at an example. Karim Adeyemi. He's not even playing for Nigeria.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
But
Good example.
he comes back here and finds a way to mix up with his people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you understand? So if something happens to Karim Adeyemi now that he's dominated for something, how do you think people will react? If they react a certain way, you can just trace it back to how he relates back to them. You know, so I'm not saying people don't like Lookman. He's a Nigerian.
Yeah,
He's
of course.
balling for us,
Yeah.
and everybody writes about him.
Yeah.
He's look at his goal the other day. Everybody's yes. I know that for some people it is probably because they saw Brahim Diaz PR. You understand? And
So
they
they're
now said,
reacting to it.
why would you
Yeah.
guys want to do this to a fellow Nigerian?
Yes.
And everybody is reacting. Yeah, you know. But before that, there are people who. I mean, us here at Pulse, take it for example. There is nobody we don't push.
Yeah.
I mean, Pulse 30 is a part of pushing Nigerian players,
Yeah.
right?
Definitely.
So we might not be doing it like the influencers, the way
But we
they
do our
and
bits,
then
yeah.
pressing money and all that. Nobody's pressing money yet for us, but we still do our job, right?
Exactly.
So the question is, how do you relate? Tosi said it all. You know, we do paddy man. You know, there's a way you push something for your friend
Yeah.
or someone close to you that you don't push for someone else. Not
Yes.
because you don't like the person,
Yeah.
or because that relationship.
Thank you. That's where I wanted you to
Yeah.
come to, because I think we're just talking, but we don't want to. It's like we're running away from what Daniel Rega actually said or what he meant.
I have a
You
question.
and every single person here knows the kind of push Osimhen got when he got
Yeah.
when he
Nothing
won
close
Ballon d'Or.
to-
It was. I've never seen anything like it in the era of social media. I have never seen anything like it.
Very
like it.
true.
I have.
What he thinks. Okay. You tell us. Okay, what Daniel is trying to say is, why am I not seeing, or why are we not seeing that same
Seeing
thing
it like that,
with Lookman? Like, I mean, look at his numbers are even going up, even on Instagram and on Twitter. Lookman's numbers have not
Gone up,
exploded.
yes.
It's still
The
just
way
the
Osimhen
followers
did,
as-
yeah.
Osimhen, it was going and going. Like, people are making
Without
graphics,
even
people
going way back, look at deadline day. Osimhen dominated deadline day, and the influencers left, right, center.
Yes.
We're talking about Osimhen acting like maybe they did. Acting like they had inside knowledge,
Yeah.
you know, saying
Yes.
this. If you see, someone even said, I don't want to say names, I don't even remember. He
Some
said,
of them
if
do.
you see the
Some of
contract
them
Chelsea
have
offered
inside.
him, and it's like,
Yes.
how do you know the contract Chelsea
Yeah.
offered him? Like, you
Some
know,
of them
is
actually,
Osimhen's-
some of them actually have inside info.
perhaps,
Some do.
yeah.
Yeah,
Some
you
do.
know. But I want to mention something.
Yeah.
How was the reaction after Europa League
No, it was crazy, of course.
for Lookman, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it was
In
crazy.
fact, even before the final.
But guess what? That hype, that whole buzz came from international media, not us.
No, that is not true.
We fed into
That
it.
is that is
No,
not
no,
true.
no,
No,
fed
we
into
didn't. We
it.
did not.
What?
See, most
Even
Nigerians,
Twitter
most
influencers.
Nigerians wanted Lookman to win. Why? They said Boniface had already won 2 titles. Now
Okay.
they now wanted Lookman
To win one.
Okay.
So a lot of Nigerians were pro Lookman, not because they were against Boniface, but they wanted another Nigerian to taste something. So when he did that one-man show, everywhere blew up.
But do you
now.
think it would have been the same level of buzz if Boniface had
won.
scored a hat trick for Bayer Leverkusen?
Who?
If
the
Boniface
buzz-
or not even scored a hat trick, if he won the Europa League and
No.
Lookman didn't,
People would have sympathized with Lookman because a lot of them wanted Lookman to get his hands. Because Boniface, whether win or not,
he already had
Yeah.
Yes.
trophies already.
he already had trophies. You understand? So I think they probably would have spent more time sympathizing with
No.
Lookman.
You disagree?
I disagree.
Okay, so
Okay.
what's your point of view?
See, if Boniface had won that Europa League, I don't think people would even remember Ademola Lookman.
Especially if
Thank
he
you
had
very
performed
much.
the way
They
Lookman
won't.
performed.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
No
Like
one
the
would-
hat-trick.
Maybe just few people will say, I'm sorry, Ademola Lookman, but Boniface deserves to win this title. No one will be raving about, because Boniface, even when he lost the title, some people still sympathize with him. If Boniface had won the Europa League, I'm not sure people would really sympathize with Ademola Lookman as much as the way they did with Boniface.
Thank you very much.
Because Boniface is more active. Boniface is more out there. I think people actually talked more about Boniface even when he was injured, when Leverkusen were performing well. People were still hyping them because of Boniface. Even me too, I was supporting Leverkusen because of Boniface. But even Atalanta, if not for that final, that was when I started hearing about Ademola Lookman. Even in the AFCON, if you check our best performing player, you can debate it. Is Ademola Lookman, but did he get the same hype as Osimhen or any other player?
I don't think Lookman got the same hype as Nwabali.
No,
did that after.
And it was actually very crucial for us in all the games. So I just
he did not. Nwabali gained over 700,000 followers on Instagram in the space of a month.
Yes.
Do you know why?
Why?
It has nothing to do with hype or
Please
PR.
don't tell me grass to grace story.
Because
I don't even want to hear the grass to grace.
Now let me explain. Let me explain.
Than goalkeepers.
It had nothing to do with PR or whatever, right?
Yes.
Going into the tournament, what was one of the most contentious issues?
Goalkeeping, obviously.
Yes.
Goalkeeping department. And then suddenly Nwabali, who, do you know how much a lot of people put into following the MPFL and discussing the MPFL? And then this guy who just a couple of months prior to before the tournament, or before a couple of months before that, was playing in the MPFL and but moved to South Africa, became Nigeria's number one, and putting up those performances. That was the reason. It was more or less about what happened in the goalkeeping situation and Uzoho disappearing for good than any other thing, right? And then for Victor Osimhen, of course, he was now we're about to do some things about Ademola Lookman. Can you remember any Ademola Lookman performance for Nigeria before January?
For Nigeria?
Yes.
I don't think I can.
He never had any prior to January. You cannot remember any Ademola Lookman performance for Nigeria. Osimhen was the top scorer qualifiers. 10 goals, right? So why would they have the same hype?
No, that's not. You're using a different timeline. We're not saying that. Osimhen won the league with Napoli.
No, that's what I'm saying. We went into the tournament with Osimhen as the main man, with the guy and all eyes on him.
Nobody expected Lookman to.
Yeah, he came up, right? He came up from nowhere.
Yes,
you understand. And for me, I felt based on his performance at the AFCON, he got a deserved look by Nigerians.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean, Osimhen dominated because for someone who a lot of people expected a lot from, one goal.
Yeah.
Okay, but do you agree that the hype for Lookman can be better?
Yeah.
The hype can be better. And that was where I wanted to say something, where she mentioned it, right?
Yeah.
And I said, you spoke about his followers not moving. David knows a lot about followers, so I won't argue with him on that. So you spoke about his followers not. Why should I follow Lookman? Because he's Nigerian. It's possible I can follow him because he's Nigerian and I might get something as a curator, for instance. I might get something, right? But what else?
So why did people follow Nwabali?
Why should I follow
post
Nwabali? That's what I'm saying. Nwabali had the backing of a lot of MPF, like I told you the story.
Okay.
And the fact that he was coming from MPFL, that probably influence a lot, right? Now, why will I follow Boniface? Boniface, you said active, right?
Yes.
Funny. It's not just his football, but he's a cruise man.
Yeah.
Right? He serves
he has content.
Yes, he has cruise. Right? Victor Osimhen as well does not just at times, especially on IG.
No, it was even funny before.
Do you get the same thing? We can say the same thing about Azizat. Oshuala. Do you understand?
So you need to be a content creator.
I'm not saying you need to be a content. I'm just giving you one of the reasons why some of these guys. For instance, if you're on Snapchat, please, between Lookman and Ola Aina, who would you follow?
Obviously, Ola Aina.
Why?
Because he's more active.
He's more active. Lookman's not really active on that.
It sounds like we're blaming Lookman.
Exactly.
We're not blaming. Remember when I started, I said he has gotten a lot of backing. Okay, let me push down something to you.
Okay.
The poster, Daniel. Have you seen any Lookman tweet from him?
Yes.
When?
I saw somebody compile all his
when did you see when did you see
when he
Lookman?
was nominated for the Ballon d'Or? I saw when he was nominated for the Ballon d'Or, even when he won, but it's not as much as I don't think Daniel really even supports
follows
football. Even his takes are horrendous when I see him for football. I think he's a Chelsea fan, so I'm not surprised. Chelsea. So when he tweeted imagine
knowing what club Daniel Rega supports. Like, come on.
So I think he was just trying to stir something up. I don't think he even came from a good place to start with. Maybe he's maybe
It
jealousy.
was probably just a conversation starter.
Yes, because you see, he these
Right.
people hanging out with Osimhen, and I think he's anti-success, so I don't know the way he
but
is.
like guys, since we've already established that, okay,
Yes.
this is true that yes, Lookman needs to find a link between himself and the Nigerian audience.
Yes.
Or his Nigerian supporters. What more does he need to do on the football front to actually be at that? Because still till now, people can't put Lookman at Osimhen's level, even though.
I'm sorry, it's
Like,
just,
no,
it's just, it can't happen.
I know, but like, what more? Well, what do you guys think that he needs to do to like be on that level of PR? Maybe not talent. Let's not talk about talent. Let's just say PR now and status.
Can I just say before Tosin goes, it's impossible.
Yes.
What Osimhen has built and the relationship Osimhen has built with Nigerians, the love Nigerians have for Osimhen, Lookman is just not. He's not going to get there. This is not this. Like I said at the top of this podcast, we subconsciously relate to people that we feel have struggled the same way we have. Lookman being born in the UK, born and brought up in the UK, I'm not saying that people are consciously thinking about that in the back of their minds, this guy was born. No, it's just not going to happen. I remember the other day, was it Larry? Tweeted that Boniface had given him, was it 1 million or 2 million? It's something Boniface does. I'm not saying Lookman has to give people money, but it's just, they're just not going to see you
to the streets
in the same light as
Osimhen.
So it's not about what club he goes to. Doesn't matter what he wins. He's not going. I mean, if he finishes in the top 10 Ballon d'Or, it's going to be the same thing Osimhen did last year. So it's not like there's something he can do to top Osimhen
there are people that
eyes
will
of
just
Nigerians.
naturally get some of these things, because it's just the way they are. They would always. I mean, you see Osimhen. There's no way. See Galatasaray fines, right? That's same. He didn't score or anything, but
assisted.
Someone else might not have the same reception.
Osimhen has.
But
This may be.
It's called aura.
Yeah,
and grace as well.
Yeah, and I think Syria account posted something. I think Lookman is beginning to develop some things. You spoke about level.
Yeah,
I think he's, in terms of on the pitch, he is leveling up.
Yeah,
of course,
Ballon d'Or
absolutely.
nomination.
Yeah, absolutely.
Contender for African Footballer of the Year. So on the pitch,
should win it too.
Yeah, on the pitch, the only thing left for him, we just need him to maintain his level.
His level, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
As long as he's performing the way he is now, I think with time, maybe a bit of activity on social media, because even take for instance Ronaldo knows there is an on the pitch, the one he needs to do the goals and everything, and he's also doing things off the pitch. Do you understand? So, but I also want to point out that not everyone has to be like that.
Messi is not like that.
Messi is not like that, right?
And he has the love of everyone.
If I'm to use the pitch, as United fans, we know Roy Keane, and we know Michael Carrick. These are two Manchester United legends with two different personalities.
Completely different personalities.
One, it was crazy,
and I believe
the other one,
I may be wrong, but I believe United fans love Michael Carrick more.
No. I love
Michael Carrick
more than Keane.
No, never.
But
never.
This is
maybe because of the way Keane left.
This is not
No,
the
never.
It was just an example and
fans,
analogy for me, right?
I want to say something.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
I want, and this is like a very straightforward question. I need everyone to actually tell me your honest opinion. If Lookman today says that I'm doing a giveaway of 10 million naira on my Twitter page,
I'll put my account number there.
Page, do you think that he's going to start getting that hype that we want to see?
He will gain up to 500,000 followers
or
that
more.
day.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Do you agree?
Yes.
I mean, if you're on social media,
because it seems like we're running from the truth. We don't want to say.
No,
it out
it's
as
not.
it is.
It's not just the money. Now, if you look at the money, if you've been on social media for a while, of course we do know that giveaways are one of the ways to build your account.
Yeah, of course.
But did anybody say giveaway happens once for you to build that account?
No.
It's over a stretch, over a period of time. So consistency in giving people before they will find out that, okay, this guy is, if you just do it once.
But I don't see Lookman
it won't
becoming
happen.
that type of person.
Do you think Lookman needs to do a giveaway? sometime soon, whenever. You think he needs to do a giveaway?
Yes.
He needs to do a
Yeah,
giveaway.
sure.
Because of the Nigerian government.
Yes, but I still think that social media is very different from football. I don't think you will ever get the hype that Victor Osimhen or Boniface.
It's Victor Osimhen, bro.
Will get. If Boniface was not active on Twitter, the way people are talking about Boniface, they won't. So I just think if it's somebody that is more relaxed, then he should be more relaxed. The people that can try and hype him as much as they can.
He's getting the hype.
I have a question. I just need everyone to answer. Like, do you think Victor Osimhen is the most popular Nigerian footballer ever?
No.
So who do you think it is?
I would say Kanu.
Yes.
JJ.
What about you?
JJ. I would say JJ.
What about you?
People in Turkey will tell you that when they see a Nigerian, they call you JJ or they call you, Osimhen has a long way to go.
That's a long way.
So what about you? Don't think?
I think it's between Kanu and JJ because when I was growing up, it was that peak milk advert.
Ooh.
I saw Kanu. That was the first Nigerian.
So Osimhen has a long way to go.
He has a long way to go. He's on the right track in terms of the love people have for him. But most popular.
JJ still.
He might be third, but
JJ. I think JJ has to.
JJ's skills and everything is.
Yeah. Okay.
That's nice.
Surprised no one said Mikel Obi, but okay.
But I think he might think he is.
I mean, he's in that list. Like
yes,
maybe top 5,
he is. Yes.
I don't think he's number one.
No.
Okay, guys, I think it's actually nice that we've established that. Okay, there's no agenda against Lookman.
Can there be agenda?
Agenda. He just needs to do certain things and find a way to connect.
Where you see an agenda is when he's performing and nobody is saying anything. But people are saying things. People have been saying things and will continue to say things as long as he performs. That's just
There's
it.
no agenda.
Okay, guys. So this is the part of the show where we have just introduced. We can quickly react to it, or we can just pass. So the first story here is Kim Kardashian and Jude Bellingham. The dating rumors have returned following an exclusive report from Life and Style. So the magazine said that the 43-year-old billionaire and socialite is allegedly having a huge crush on the Real Madrid, 21-year-old Real Madrid star.
God forbid a 43-year-old man have a crush on a 21. How old is Jude?
21.
A 21-year-old girl. But
I think it's for clicks. Kim Kardashian, Jude Bellingham, it will blow. People will want to click on it. There's no connection there.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Second one, moving on, is Hendrik. This time, the 18-year-old, the biggest news, has gotten married to his 21-year-old model girlfriend, Gabrielle Miranda.
I think we should ask Tosi, how do you feel about that?
Why are you putting?
I mean, would you marry an
18-year-old if he had that
superstar footballer?
Who did Kano marry? At what age?
Okay, interesting.
Actually, who did Kano marry? He married Amara Kano.
How old was she?
I think they were
She was probably around. I don't know.
Sadio Mane.
Not there.
Let's keep it moving, please.
Okay, next is Francis Amuzu's Belgian footballer and Nora Chadili. They revealed that they were robbed during Anderlecht's game over the weekend. But the footballer said he's confident the authorities will get to the bottom of the theft. Moving on, ex-Liverpool star and legend Jibril Cisse is reportedly facing a prison sentence after being accused of tax evasion. The former footballer turned DJ is reportedly owing around $868,000.
I'm sorry, but why does Cisse look like the type of person that would evade tax?
Come on, guys. He literally, his lawyer says that he has nothing to do with
I think there are quite a number of people who have this problem, evading tax.
He just looks like he would evade taxes.
Okay, another one. Cristiano Ronaldo made the headlines after becoming the first individual to reach 1 billion followers worldwide across all major social media platforms.
Are you Cristiano Ronaldo? Why are you smiling?
I know you want to react, so react.
He's the GOAT, of course, so I'm not surprised. It's just
which goat?
The greatest of all time.
Oh, I thought it was the other goat.
Messi is alive though, but
it's second.
Okay. Based on social media.
The GOAT of social media.
Social media, no, even on the pitch.
Okay,
if you conquer 3 leagues, when Messi's done conquer 3 leagues,
Messi doesn't have to conquer 3 leagues.
Wow.
Okay, let's move on. Let's keep it moving.
Manchester United flop Anthony, aka the Ronaldinho reincarnated.
Go ahead.
Why you
Go
disrespecting
ahead.
Anthony? That's sad.
Anthony is not a flop. At least not yet.
Not yet. Yeah.
Manchester United flop Anthony, aka the reincarnated Ronaldinho, has engaged his longtime partner and baby mama Rosalind Xavier for the second time. Remember that Anthony has still not been 100% cleared of the domestic abuse case with his former mistress. You see, the Red Devils players.
Please, everything is all alleged. Leave those players alone, please.
Okay. And the last one involves another former Manchester United star, Anderson. He has been told to pay up $58,000 for which he owes his ex-partner in child support or prepare to spend some time in jail.
Was United the only club he played for?
I mean, that's what we know. That's the club that we know him for. So don't even come here. Don't even come here. Don't even, guys. Right. This has been fun. This has been nice.
Really fun. Actually.
This has been nice. Izu, I want to thank you again
for having me.
Joining us on the show, the MPFL legend.
Not MPFL legend.
Okay, the Nigerian.
Is it what MPFL club you support?
What MPFL club you support?
Yeah.
Okay, I used to be a Rivers United fan until they showed that they are Beat FC. Go and find out what Beat FC means.
Wow.
Right now, Sporting Lagos.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it happened. We don't have Ten Hag as coach, but they got relegated regardless. So,
okay. So you're still a Sporting Lagos fan?
Yeah, I was a Sporting Lagos fan even before they came to the MPFL. So it had nothing to do with their status or what they are trying to do. But one team I really love is Beyond Limits.
Oh, Beyond Limits FC, yeah. I think I've heard of them.
Anyone who knows me would know why I love Beyond Limits. So.
Okay.
Because they are pressing you more. That's too much we can take on this week's episode of The Heat, brought to you by Pulse Sports. Remember to like, share, comment, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to follow Pulse Sports Nigeria on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and you can send us your reactions and we will take them on the next episode. From me and the gang,
see you
guys. Adios.
Peace.